ourselves for the journey ahead. What is the journey ahead? Well, we've got a swamp to check out, and forgot to lower that. Sorry about that, if it has deafened you. But, that's been fixed now. Note to self, try and automate that. Also, something that I believe happens as you level up is your charge time gets slightly faster. Do not quote me on that. And notice the pigmen are now dealing only 8 points of damage a hit. On top of our ever-increasing stack of hit points, the enemies deal less and less. Anyway, the swamp is over here to the east. Specifically over here. We are going to want this gas mask equipped. Because otherwise, surviving it is going to be a problem. And it's also full of fairly tough enemies. Not only do they have some odd patterns, it's also a very confusing place. With enemies that are just everywhere, and I am about ready to die. We are a little underprepared. Enemies are just tough in there. And that's with our new equipment, too. That's, oh wait, gas mask, because it's passive, allows us to, equip nope. One spell and the gas mask, is that it? Okay. Okay. Because you can only ever have one item equipped. But a passive item... And despite the fact they look like they're invincible during that, they are not. They are just annoyingly fast. And erratic. And there's a lot of them. This is... and I forgot the plants don't like you here either. And the flying ones are the real annoyance. Once you keep your distance, most things are pretty safe. Except for the flying ones. The flying ones are the problem. Because those things, the flying ones tend to home in. And they're pretty good at it, too. Okay, there's an entrance up here. To the town, to the little village. Now, let's see, telepathy. Oh, they don't like us. At all. Ah, her baby boy. Someone likes us here. That's right, it only costs magic to, It only costs magic to talk to the sages if you wanted to do that, the magicians. Apparently these people, they don't like humans, for reasons I don't know. Which means their inn is currently cut off to us. Which is a bit disappointing. But, the child is out wandering. Ow. Trying to remember if there's... Nope, that was not what I wanted to do. If you need hints, that's what the telepathy spell is actually for. Magicians serve as your guides. They know what to do. Give or take. I think they each have their specialty in their hints. It's been some time. Also, as you get stronger... Ow. Oh wait, that's the one arena. The refresh spell does get stronger. Fortunately, the flying enemies are very weak in comparison to their, grounded buddies. Where is this child? He's right here. Okay, telepathy time. Take him home. I remember this place being a lot bigger. Either I was very stupid as a child, or I somehow got lost in this, like... Ow. This maze. This very small maze. I don't know how I got lost. Let's be perfectly honest. Ow. Fortunately, as we can see that the MP... My MP has increased rather dramatically to keep up with the rapid onslaught of the game. Anyway, with this child recovered, maybe everyone will like us a little bit. An item, an insect flute, summons the true horrors. Why do you have this? Why? Also, apparently the spell of telepathy is, passive? Because we don't actually need it equipped. I thought we needed it equipped. Ah, these people have Fruits of Power. Fruits of Power, I think they just straight up increase your attack. Yeah, unfortunately humans smell very different than whatever you guys are. Elder. A mighty sword, but they're not strong enough. And now we have our second sword. Notice how we don't have the accessory for it. But believe it or not, it is... Everything in this area is weak to fire. By a huge percentage. I mean, it is like 2.5 times as strong as the Sword of Wind is on these guys. Either that or it's just that you can get off more attacks. That could just be that you get off more attacks. Yeah, okay, you can just get off more attacks faster. That's the only thing. Anyway, they mentioned... this enemy... this thing. Anyway, this evil thing, this insect that's been holding them captive for years, or a year, or whatever. This is a boss we have to fight. And if I remember right, this guy is, yes, a pain in the royal pain in your rumpus. Because he hurts like a pain, like a, he hurts. Yeah, he hurts a lot. But like most things in this swamp that are bugs, he is weak to fire. And you can exploit his very easy pattern. Although he, again, hurts, and is actually pretty fast at reacting to when you stop, if you stop early. And those shots, because of the size of the screen, are very fast. I make it look easy because I've done this before and lost to him a lot. A very powerful item that can be used with the Sword of Wind on top of the southern peak of Mount Saber, south of Brymaster. That's right, we now have a more powerful fire sword. Notice that it's not just a straight ball of fire, it is a stream. This will hit enemies multiple times. It is amazingly useful to have. Because even if they miss, they dodge the first attack, enemies are not likely to miss all of it. They can move in range of it. This is one thing Crystalis does a very good job of. Differentiating your 4 swords. Each one of them feels just slightly different than its brothers. And it's very good at that. Very good at that. And I do enjoy it a tremendous amount. Anyway, south of Brymester, I believe actually just straight south of us. Or not. When he meant south of Brymester, he probably meant it. Anyway, elemental weaknesses. As I said, enemies have elemental weaknesses. Not too much of an issue now, but there are certain enemies later on that will be weaker against one sword versus another. For now, we'll stick with the fire sword because the fire stream is just straight up better than the ball of wind. Ah, there it is. Here we go. Mount Saber. We're making actually excellent progress. I remember spending a lot more time before getting to Mount Saber. But Mount Saber is, I believe, another one of those spots where the game just, it spikes a little. You've spent a couple of hours with the game. You should have some idea of what you're doing. Specifically these enemies that are in the ground. You can damage them while they're in the ground, and you should. In fact, you should kill them while they're in the ground. Preferably because they hurt. Oh my gosh, do they hurt. Oh my, we nearly died there. And this is the problem with the refresh spell, is that it still takes time to cast. And I forgot that these guys just respawn. The other reason to take care of them while they're in the ground. Huh. That looks like you could slide down it. That looks to be fun. We'll have to see about doing that at some point. Cave. Now let's see what's in the cave. I've forgotten, actually. More enemies that are kind of weak to fire. I think everything here technically is. But if that's not, the stream of fire still is a great thing. Those dragon things, I think, can shoot fire. I believe the wind ones can't. I think they can't anyway. But the ice incarnations, I believe, can, and do, occasionally, shoot fire. And much like the ball of wind, ball of fire lets us do the same thing, but with icy walls. Yes, there they are. I hate those things. These, the dragons that shoot, it's just... takes away your one advantage. There it is. Tornado Bracelet. Notice that the ball of wind is now gone. And we now have a significant improvement to the wind sword. Unfortunately, due to elemental weaknesses, it's not as useful as you would think. I mean, it is useful, but it is not the end-all be-all. It's the end-all be-all of the wind sword. Oh yes, that's why those guys are annoying. they can poison us. I forgot about that. That's why I hated this place. Well, didn't hate it. Particularly enjoy it. Because things deal poison damage. You wouldn't think a giant dragon thing would be poisonous, but they are very poisonous, in fact. You could just ride down that, I think from the top even. Why I didn't, I actually have no idea. Maybe I just, I'm allergic to fun a little. Maybe I just didn't want to. Who knows? These are the mysteries. Anyway, the dungeons, as you can see, are starting to get a little bit more elaborate. Another pair of warp boots. As you can see, those basically stack. Basically. I mean, they don't actually stack, but two separate instances of the same might as well be stacking. And we're actually close to the next level, so we don't actually have to worry too much. There we go. About our MP situation. There we go. We're making excellent progress. I was not expecting this kind of progress today. This could only last a couple of weeks. If we continue at this current pace. Anyway, let's show off the tornado bracelet a little. It's very powerful. And I believe in the NES release there were enemies that were immune to certain elements. That's something they removed in this port, for whatever reason. I believe you can sometimes get the tornado to hit 3 times as opposed to twice, but the charge time just makes it not currently useful. Or if the enemy's standing a little too close to the edge of the screen, you can hit them 3 times. There's a lot of little niggling edge cases like that. Or if their attack intercepts walls, it stops, whereas yours pass through walls. Ah, Zebu. I'm trying to remember if this is a boss or not. I know there is one. Dragonia! Oh no. Oh, and now we have the teleport spell. And Leaf has been attacked, and everyone is gone. I thought that happened a lot later in the game. I am horribly misremembering this game. I remember there being a lot more content than there is. Could just be this early game is pretty quick in its introduction of people, concepts, and places. Because we literally, awoke, 2 hours ago. Well, I suppose in-game, 2 days ago, because we've stayed at an inn twice. So... do I have any MP? I believe the teleport is, yes, very expensive. And we've got no way to really use it, so warp boots it's gonna have to be for us. Gonna have to be warp boots for us, which is fine. That is what we have them for. After all. Okay, this looks like this is a completely different route. Oh right, this is the top of the slide thing. I'm trying to remember if they want us to come back to Mount Saber at some point. I think they do. Ah, magical herb. That's what was down this route. And we could slide all the way down to the beginning, or not. That is a rude placement. You should feel ashamed. My rabbit boots. There was a door down here that led out here, which I don't think there's anything out here. Unless this just leads backwards. Which it does. Okay, so Leaf was been attacked and everyone has been taken. Let's go to Leaf. And that's actually a very nice, tactful, and tasteful teleport spell. When I mean everyone was taken, I mean everybody. You can't even stay at the inn. Which is rather sad. But was everybody taken? Oh no, there's a rabbit. Kebalesque. Flying Tower. To the northern meek of Mount Saber. North of the swamp entrance. Back to Mount Saber we have to go. Hopefully you have the, Let's go to Brewmaster. And stock up on a warp boot. Just in case. Yeah, just in case. And stay at the inn. And now that we're fully healed... Now, it says Flying Tower. Remember, Dragonia has been combining his magic with technology this whole time. So it's floating not just on magic. It is also floating due to, well, it probably has rocket engines. Also, I believe the elemental swords actually have various levels of attack. And the base fire sword is pretty good. Damage-wise, that is. Anyway, here we are back at Mount Saber, the other half of Mount Saber. Hi, Zebu. So it was a wall he put in place. I'm not sure why he would do such a thing. Okay, let's talk to some people. Food here is good. For the soldiers. I did not mean to do that. Okay, this guy just sells everything. Notice Fruit of Power is more expensive here. Everything is more expensive here. They will occasionally do this, just to try and signify what's going on. Well, Nader, Nadre, you don't really have anything useful. You don't have any equipment. Oh no, it's that Mountaineer. Rest up, my good man. Nadre can take care of you. It's just that way. Now, what we have there are enemies that are once again weak to wind. Not fire, wind. And the enemy soldiers. I believe they're weak to wind. I don't think anything else in this area is. I'm just gonna use it for the fun of it. Because if you notice, it actually has a much wider coverage area than the fire stream. And yes, there's a bracelet for each one as well. So, there's a fire one floating around somewhere. And a medical herb. And these plant things. I don't know why, but those things just kind of freak me out. It could be the eyeball shape on them that just is blank, and it just freaks me out. I don't... It is a world of mutants, after all. Horrible, misshapen mutants due to the release of nuclear agents into the world. Nuclear radiation does some nasty things to creatures, but it doesn't actually do things like... My MP is really low. Why is my MP, like, non-existent? Has something been draining my MP secretly? Have the sages been secretly trying to talk to me and wasting my MP this whole time? Oh no, that's what it is. The bracelet uses MP. Another downside I forgot about. That's why I remember them being so powerful and yet so situational. They use MP. I forgot about that. The things you remember when, you remember things. You probably noticed that before I did. Ah, yes. Well, Nadere, you've earned my custom. Just let me in. What? There we go. Another set of warp boots. And that is why you sometimes want to have the tornado. Ah, right, the ball of wind gets automatically equipped. So if you ever need your default sword, you have it. Not your default, but Nadete can take care of you, my friend. You should go. Anyway, that's what can happen if you don't pay attention, which I did not, to my MP. Even with a fairly generous 100+, you can see that it can just drain if you're not paying attention. Which, obviously, I was not. It just feels like there should be a dot in the middle of that giant white patch on them. Just slightly disturbing. And I forgot that enemies really start to hurt. Yay, we've gained a level, so we just wasted all that 40 gold. Let's see what's down here. Can't be anything too special. Way forward. Oh, another start of a slide. I think what we're looking for is the enemy has placed all the villagers, I want to say nearby. Yes, here they are. So while they were loaded into the flying tower, they are now instead all placed here in this cavern, or some of them, because of course they are. And if I remember right, yes, all of them are going to be located here, all the villagers. Yeah, sure. Sure you'll rescue me one of these days. You guys have a path forward in your cell. The key to the prison. That is the way forward. At some point in time, we'll be forced to use that, I'm pretty sure. That's not all the villagers, but that is some of them. That looks vaguely boss-like. I'm going to make a couple of saves. Yes. Here he is. He is pretty tough. But I believe he's pretty weak to wind. Or at least he is a bit of a problem. Or at least I had a bit of problem with him using fire. It could just be his movement pattern is a bit unusual. Oh yeah, and he can only get hit by once by things. So, he hurts a lot. We somehow beat him. I remember him being a lot harder. And now we have the flame bracelet. Very handy. We're making excellent progress. And you are... Oh, you're the mayor. Supreme piece of evil technology. Yes, no doubt. Hello, Zabu. Paralysis. He's not lying when he says it's going to be handy in the next area. Remember how they said there was that town full of only women? We don't have a way to get back up. There are things. Whee! I know that particular section of the game is coming up at some point. But it is not here. Portoa. Ah, Fruit of Lime. This is useful for, I believe, removal of petrification. That is occasionally handy. Let me in the game. There it is. Oh, we can't afford any of this. We cannot afford any of this. And you thought we were doing well with money. Quite strange the Queen has been acting, you say? That is not good. Boat rental shop. Ah, this fog lamp. Yes, this is all starting to come back. Crystalis is a very large game, but it goes very quickly. Anyway, what's this over here? Oh, no one's here. Unusual. What is this back here? A waterway. Unusual. A town named, basically, Port. What an unusual name. Surrounded by water. Okay, you won't let me enter that room? Guard trainer trained by Tornell. Can that counteract the paralysis spell? Smartest and best trained anywhere. How are we gonna deal with that one guard? Well, we don't have any MP. We can't use, even though it only needs 4 MP, we don't have that. Well, it's time to rest at the inn, I guess. I don't remember doors being this problematic to get in. Just on the stupid door. There. Was how much? 140? The enemies do give out pretty good amount of MP, coin, but I didn't remember it scaling that heavily this quickly. Anyway, you. Aha. Hello. Why was your guard not letting me in? Discover the town's secret. Locked door. The town's secret. A town secret, you say? Oh, hello. Yes? She is waiting for me to unravel a mysterious mystery. A mysterious secret, you say? Well, there's nothing we can do here, because we lack a certain weapon. An ice sword. And those guys drop not nearly enough gold to be worth it. I mean, they drop gold enough to be worth our time, but we have to afford 3,500 gold worth of armor. What could be their secret? Perhaps this is their secret. Since we have the MP, I might as well show off what the flame bracelet does. It creates a wonderful little explosion. It is basically useless, and you never want to use it. The level 2 attack is by far superior in every conceivable way. But notice how they make old weapons useful again. Oh, I forgot about you! I forgot, this game does contain mimics. And the mimics actually hurt quite a bit. I forget if they contain anything good or not. But notice they drop the next type of currency. The 4 little coins. It's bigger than 1 big coin. Better than 1 big coin. Why? I have no idea. I just know that it is. Yes. That is why we needed the lime. For plot. I knew we needed it, I just didn't remember where. Oh my. We must survive. But I also want their money. Okay, there's just way too much going on. The Game Boy is having a very hard time displaying everything on screen. And we are so close to dying. Bird. Bird creature. Fine, bird creature, you go away. It was not worth what just happened to us. We nearly got murdered by them. Fruit of lime. And 140 gold a night. Ugh. That is expensive. Not nearly worth it. Not nearly worth it. Anyway, well, let's see what those statues are all about. Yeah, that's only like 20 gold a pop. These guys are... Oh. We'd have to kill like 100 of them to afford the 1 armor. Actually, that guy was like 10. Oh, nothing in here is worth the amount of effort you put in to kill it. You could grind, but is there any real reason to? Well, I suppose the EXP gain is kind of worth it. I knew it was coming. It's Crystalis. I'm not sure why I almost said Stellaris. That's a completely different game. that I would like to stream at some point. Is fond of its enemies that give you poison. I believe mimics eventually start poisoning you as well. And even after you get the spell to remove it, they're still annoying. Anyway, Fruit of Lime. Be free! What? Really? I swore that was the solution to the puzzle here. Swore that was the solution to the puzzle. Yes, they've been turned to stone. I swore that was the solution to the puzzle. I am apparently very wrong. This is where we have to go, though. Obviously, I'm missing a step in here somewhere. That's not good. My rabbit boots. Yeah, 'cause we can't cross the water. There's a bridge. I forgot about the bridge. Evil Sasquatches. Evil Sasquatches. I know there's a solution. And I know it exists around here for that particular puzzle. Already forgotten what it was. We're getting lag spikes. That never means a good thing. Oh, that's forward. That's not the direction we want to go. And now I've got a spinning wheel on my cursor. That's very annoying. Oh, of course. We had two simultaneous Sasquatches. And a ton of these enemies. Oh dear. Okay, another level. That is good. $4.60, $5.10. Oh yeah, 4 little coins is better than 1 big coin. Who'd have thought? Well, we actually can't get anywhere or do anything. I've actually forgotten where to go. Alright, telepathy. Don't fail me now. Let's speak to Zebu. That's not very helpful. That's also not very helpful. I've already done that. Well, only one of those people had somewhat helpful advice. And I do believe it was not the last one. leave at once, be gone. Fine. What was back there anyway? That looked rather interesting. I'm already drawing a blank. Oh no, I think I know. I think I remember how this plays out now. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should always stream a game if you remember it. Because sometimes you'll get the random, oh, what did I do last time? And it's been years since I played Crystalis. Anyway, I think I remember what to do. Remember how that one individual is in her shop? I need to make sure she's in her shop. Because remember, the fortune teller is not always there. This is an important thing. Yes, she is here. Don't ask me why I did that. I don't think you have to do that. And now you stop. Ah, really? Do I have... I do not have a key of any description. Aha! Aha! That's what we had to do. For one, the guard needed to be paralyzed, and then you talk to the queen again. Oh, so much easier than what I remember doing. Real queen. Neither the fortune teller nor the queen. It is that sage we talk to. The four magicians. I'm gonna call them sages. Into stone. Not a fruit of lime, a flute. Well, now that I've wasted everyone's time, in order to acquire a flute of lime rather than a fruit of lime, grumble, grumble, grumble. Grumble, 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 grumble. Yeah, don't try anything. It's easy to piece together when you think about it. But, you've just gotta think about it a little bit. Oh, those red slime things. That was close. Anyway, now we can free people that are statues. Like, we know we're back here. We also have 2 fully powered swords. I remember the sword creation taking the sword powering up process being a lot more involved than this. I guess I'm just horribly misremembering the length of this game. Anyway, flute has been played. Ah, the queen. Yes, return to Portoa at once. Meanwhile, I will continue exploring this cave. For however long we can. For a time draws to a close here. Right, you actually have to get close to these chests and try and open them. Yeah, the mimic chests are very annoying. I do not like these mimic chests. I never have. And they are just very poor and annoying. Yeah, that's why you have Fruit of Limes, Medusas. Medusas. I knew the of limes were the deparalyzing agents, or petrification agents. I just didn't remember exactly how. Everything hurts a ton here. We are under-equipped, but we will continue to continue to strive forward. The more money we get, the closer we get to upgrading the equipment. And I believe this is as far as we can go. Because... Never mind. Old and valiant elder can be found to the southwest. But notice how the other swords are vaguely sword-shaped. I mean, you have your standard arming sword here, a Falchion-style sword for the Sword of Fire, and a very odd design for the Sword of Water. I forgot that that was even in here. As you can expect, I think a lot of enemies are actually rather weak to water in this particular cave. Hence why everything is colored red. They actually do a very good job of noting enemy weaknesses based on the color of enemy. Based upon enemy color. It's amazing how good they are at that. And the other thing I like is it being a sword of water. Everything they shatter into ice chunks. You basically turn them into ice and then you shatter them. And you're gonna learn to play Edgehog. You're gonna learn to be an edgelord in Crystalis, because that means enemy projectiles do not spawn. Even if they spawn in front of the enemy, you're gonna want to be an edgelord. This is why the level 1 projectiles are so useful. Okay, warp boots, in case we need to make a quick exit. I don't want to make a quick exit unless I have to. Game. Okay, it's time to make a quick exit. How much cash do we have? Not enough. But we will stay the night for a lot of money. Yeah, the water sword is just better. Anyway, it's apparently a pretty good grind spot because this is a spawn spot. Well, relatively, if you don't mind getting axes thrown at you all the time. They're just far enough off screen to spawn. And just annoying enough to try and murder you. But are they really worth it? That is the question. Well, in my opinion, probably not. Okay, we are drastically running out of MP and HP. But before we end it for the day, if I can get this bird thing to stop trying to kill me, we need to seek out this great elder, who is, by the way, down here. Yes, the bearer of the Sword of Water. The great warrior, magician. He has waited for all these years. He is Rage. And now we have the Ball of Water. We already have 3/4 of the Sword of Crystalis. Messiah. He was actually abducted. Only the two of us together can destroy him. Well, let's go see what her cryostasis image says. Maximum powers. Anyway, we now have a powered up water, which, as usual, does like double damage, silly stuff like that. You know, it's pretty useful. Especially for the Ice Bridges ability. But we will go back to Portoa, contemplate our next move, our next grinding move. Let's contemplate the next move when it comes to grinding for money. Yeah, challenging those guys in fisticuffs is not a good idea. Let's go see what incremental upgrades we have available. Yeah, I know we had the bronze armor, which is not great. That is a huge step. Basically, this is a large enough step to where we just want the platinum armor. Do we have anything on us that we can sell, is the question. Not really. Not really. So next time, folks, we will continue from Portoa and move forward as we start to create some ice bridges to complete the Sword of Crystalis to take on and destroy Dragonia, wizard of everything and everywhere, wizard of magic and technology. Till then, folks, we'll see you next time. This is Stomping Llama.